All right, sports fans, Pirate fans, and surrounding areas. Welcome to another episode of the Rockport-Fulton Sports Podcast, the Coaches Show. So this is the podcast where we bring our coaches from Rockport. We give them an opportunity to come on and we recap games, preview games, talk about player stats, and so forth. And this is going to be the last podcast for our basketball podcast for our basketball Pirate boys as their season ended. They got into the playoffs, and we played a pretty tough Wharton team. We knew it was going to be tough. What the outcome that we wanted, and so our season is over. And I wanted to bring our head coach out to kind of talk about that game, recap that game, and then just summarize the season. I thought it was a great season for our Pirates. We made the playoffs. I think we had a record of 6-2. A lot of great games that we won, and we'll give Coach an opportunity to kind of sum up the season. And then talk about his players, his senior players that were on this team. They won't be back next year, so I wanted to give Coach an opportunity to individually talk about each one of them and what they meant to this program. And then we'll talk about the future, what's coming back on varsity, what do we have to look forward to next year, and then also some of the younger players that we might see on varsity or that'll play in the program again next year. Because I thought also our JV and freshmen did a great job. So looking to see what we'll have next year is exciting. And then, Coach will give his final thoughts. So I'll ask Coach these questions. And on the screen, I have our head coach here, our basketball head coach for the Pirates, Coach Keith Thompson. Coach, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm doing great, Coach. Thanks for coming out, spending a few minutes here to talk about your program. Let's get to the game. Obviously, we had you on before the game, and we talked. I thought Wharton would be tough. I kind of watched over the record. It's a tough district. Those teams over there on that side are pretty good. And you had talked early on in one of the podcasts where you said we always go down there and face that area first, and they've always been tough, right? Whether it's the first place, second place, or third place team. So we knew it was going to be a battle. You talked about what you thought we needed to do well to win that game or give ourselves a chance. And you said, the half court. If we can slow it down and get into our half court, gives us a chance. It didn't work for us. Coach, I looked at their points. If it was correct, they had four players that were in double digits, if I saw correctly. None of them really stood out. I think the one had 15, 12, 11, 11, something like that. But there wasn't like a 25, 30-point guy. But they did have multiple guys that scored. What was it that you saw from them? Or was it that we just had a bad shooting night that we just couldn't get going to give ourselves a chance to win?
Well, we definitely didn't have one of our better shooting nights. I think we hit 1 3 all night. We struggled from the free throw line. We didn't hardly get there. We just everything that I kind of said that we needed not to do, we kind of did. We turned the ball over. I think roughly around 30 times. So that is a recipe for a long night. We turned the ball over like that, and those guys are athletic. Credit to them, man. They were able to get in the passing lanes and get easy buckets. Kind of to referring to how you said there was multiple guys in double digits. Um, just really a young team, man. We like we said we returned three varsity guys, two starters from last year. So everybody else was just pretty much brand new. Have never been in a playoff atmosphere. It's tough. uh we I thought we responded well in that first quarter. We were down 8-0. I think we ended up um closing that quarter on like a 10-7 run, something like that. So first quarter ended up being 15-10 them. I was happy with the fight that the boys were able to do in that first quarter to get back into the game. And then it just kind of went downhill from there. I think we scored 3 points in the second, and they went on to score roughly 20. But man, like I said, just turn the ball over. Not being able to protect it, rushing our shots, not being able to make shots. It's just a long night. The ball didn't go in, so the confidence of our guys start to go down. And then it just, we tried to continue to try to compete, um, but just unfortunately, the rest of the night belonged to the Tigers.
Yeah, and I mean it's not like you said something you want to play your best game when going into the playoffs, but I think mentioning like you said it was a younger team. The experience of the playoffs is different. Right? I always hear that regular season it's playoff atmosphere, and it's just that hype. And if you've never been there, the moment can be overwhelming. And it just seems like after that first half, we just didn't play our game. And if you miss shots and you turn the ball over, obviously it's hard to win when you're turning the ball over, right? Like that's always hard, no matter what happens. If you're turning the ball over a lot, chances of you winning obviously go down. So wasn't our game. And that ends our season in the by district round, but we've been in the playoffs. We're still trying to fight to get to that second round. It didn't happen for us this year. But that doesn't take away, Coach, from the season that we had, right? We go to that big school, small school, but we went 6-2. The only team that swept us in the district was Beeville, and I don't even. Are they still in the playoffs, Coach?
They uh they lost last night.
That's not okay. I hadn't seen that, but I knew they were in the playoffs. So that was a really good team. Outside of that, we did very well, I thought, in district against the other opponents. We played well. There was one game or maybe two games that I read where it was really, really close. You talked about the Calhoun game where we fought back to win by 2 points at their place. So there was a lot of highs in the district round where we were able to get in the playoffs and do very well. The question for you is just kind of sum up what you saw, not only from the district, but from the non-district, from the first time you were hitting the scrimmages to the non-district to the district. I mean, what did you see? Because I thought we did very, very well. And I saw a lot of players have big games. We talked about Jet Leva, one of the younger players there. That had some really good games that'll be returning. What did you see from the players? Just kind of sum up the whole season for the Pirates.
Um, I thought we made some growth. I thought there was a lot of maturing on the sidelines. I thought the way we approached games at certain times was um, more focused than I had seen in the past. I thought the boys worked well together to kind of have a better season than they were predicted to. We were predicted to come out third in district. Um, you know, and obviously, like we talk about our preseason, we play tougher teams and stuff like that. So to be able to end the season 14-14, I mean, it obviously says like there's room to grow there. But like you said, our district record 6-2, that obviously shows what we were capable of doing. We had a chance to compete for a district championship. Um, so I
I,
thought there was a lot of people who stepped up in big time moments and showed promise with us moving forward.
I did. Castaneda had a big game. Comes to mind. Jet Leva had a big game. Those are both boys players that will be back, and we'll get with them. But it was really great. I thought, like you said, we weren't. We were. I think they predicted that we would be third. It was second, so it showed a lot of what we were capable of doing, right? Playing, and I thought, reading articles in the games that we did stream, it looked pretty good. It was always exciting to me because when I watch these games, I want to see what's coming back, right? I'm always interested in I'm always already when I'm watching. It's this year, but I'm always looking into the next year. What's going to return? How are we going to grow? Because the goal is always right to get better every year, to win more games every year, right? And we're competing for a district title. And this year, even though we didn't get it, we did compete for that district title. It was there. We couldn't get it done, but with all the players that will be returning, we'll have that opportunity again next year. But as when the season ends, right, seniors don't come back next year. They graduate. We had four seniors that were on the team this year, and I'm sure they had an impact this year and probably in years past. Just you know, being in the program. Some of them, if not all of them, were there 4 years. How many years were they on varsity? I'd like to give you an opportunity to kind of individually talk about each one of the four and what they meant to this program and what they meant to you to be able to coach them on this team.
Okay. I mean, they're all great kids, great individuals to be around. You have Barry Brown, who was a first year varsity player. Um, just a good kid to be around, good spirited soul. You have Richard Solis, who again was a first year varsity player. Another great kid to be around. Didn't complain about anything. Worked his butt off. Um, just one of those kids who is just a great person. You know, then you have Gary and Caleb, who were second year varsity players, returning from last year's team. They were both second team all district players last year. Caleb again was a second team all district player this year. Gary was a first team all district player this year. Both of them were able to get on the academic all district list. So just great kids and students to be around, man. It was been a pleasure to coach them this year, and you know just having some type of impact on their life, I thought was really good. So proud of them and wish them nothing but success moving forward.
Yeah, listen, for me, obviously we're gonna miss the muscle, right, for Caleb because I thought he was big time. I said in one of the podcasts, I don't think, or on the live stream, I don't think anybody can push him. I just didn't see anybody big enough to push this kid out, right? He just had the strength to pull down rebounds or to bang with any one of them. So that's obviously going to be a huge loss, right? On top of the other, like he said, he could shoot the three for the he could go inside. There were multiple ways that he could affect the game. So we're going to miss him. Obviously, and then Gary Wharton. I think he got better from the first time I saw him last year to the last time I saw him this year. The 3-point shot. I thought he got a lot better from that corner three. Um, but on the court, not only on the court, I should say, but the impact that they have on the team, and the impact that they have. You're always looking for that senior leadership, right, to help these younger players. You've got sophomores, sometimes you have freshmen, underclassmen that have to see how it's built, right, coach? Like it's not always about the wins. I mean, when you go, we want to win every game. But there's so much that goes behind the scenes that a lot of us don't see in practice, and how they're helping they're leaving this. They won't be here next year, but how did they leave it for the other kids? How was it built this year for the other kids to kind of understand and continue to grow, right? With what they saw this year, with the not only the varsity younger players, but what the JV saw from these guys. What did the freshmen see, right? We want to continue to get better. So great leaders. I know them all. I didn't know Barry very well. I knew Richard, Celise, and of course we had Caleb and Gary on the podcast. So we're definitely going to miss them. But thank you guys for all that you did, for wearing that jersey proudly, right? And then you and I talk a lot about, the respect that they show, right? They play. They don't, get into arguments. They don't, talk to the refs. They may not like a call, but they accept it and they move on. So it's not just about the W's and the L's, but it's just the way they conduct themselves and they carry themselves when they put that RF a jersey on. So it was great. We're definitely going to miss him. But again, another great season. I thought, like you said, 14 and 14, 500. But more importantly, you prepare that non-district to get ready for district. And even though we went 14 and 14 the regular season and we played some tough teams in the non-district, when it came down to the district plays where it counts, we went 6-2. And to me, that was great. And I look forward to another great season. But with that being said, Coach, now who do we have returning? Brian Kaiser Jr., somebody that caught my eye. I'm sure he caught a lot of people's eyes with the way he played. I've talked about him on the podcast where I think this kid, you said he could take over a game. I saw that multiple times where he could just take over a game. When we needed a bucket, this guy could get to the bucket. I saw teams that couldn't stop him at times, right? He can just shoot the outside, get inside. I think you said he's stronger than he looks and he's faster than he looks. So Brian will come back, and you'll have some other players that'll come back. Talk to us about the future. What excites you about next year with what you've got coming back, and then what's at the JV and freshman level?
Um, yeah. So Brian gets one more year with us. Last year he was the newcomer of the year for our district. This year he was able to grab the district MVP. So you know we got him coming back, which is a great feeling to have. With somebody of that caliber. We also have Alex Castaneda, who was a first team All District player, coming back this year. Um, so again, like I said, we got some pieces coming back, man. Um, that it's going to be exciting to see. We're going to have some new faces coming in, um, trying out for some varsity roles and some minutes and things like that. Um, it's going to be interesting to see what type of team we can throw together next year. Um, I think I think there's a very talented underclassmen group coming up. Um, just decides to. It all depends on who decides to work the most over this off season and this summer, and who wants to earn those spots.
Very true, coach. And for the players, obviously they already know, right? I've always heard coaches say that next season starts now, right? Starts in the off season, right? You've got to be out there working on your free throws, working on your game, working on the three, whatever it is that you need to work on. It starts now. As soon as the season ends, next day, right? I know a lot of our athletes play multiple sports, but if basketball is something that you want to be really good, you want to be the district MVP or or anything like that, right? You got to put the work in. And I saw the freshman team in particular a couple of games, and just the first time I saw them, I didn't know any of them. I still don't know their names, but I know as a team, I left the gym coach thinking, man, they stayed on my mind. I'm driving home. I said, man, that team's pretty good. Like I remember driving home from the gym and thinking, man, that team, that's a pretty good team. I don't know any of them, but that's pretty good. So it stuck to me. And as coach said, there's some newcomers that you'll see, obviously, with some of the seniors that graduated. And so hopefully we're going to get better, continue to get better. We've got Brian coming back, so that's a big piece to have back, right? And then we've got some experience, obviously, with some of the younger varsity players who will be coming back. And then you'll add whoever earns that spot. I think we're in good shape, Coach. I like where we're at, and we're going to continue to try to stream. The goal every year is to bring Coach on. We can't bring him on every week because coaches are busy. So to have a podcast every week is not ideal. Maybe every other week, but definitely continue to bring him in. Obviously, if there's a big game that we want to get the coach's thoughts, and we're looking to possibly do interviews next year after the game, quick interviews like we used to do. But streaming the games, it is something that we're already starting to work on. We're not even through the school, and we're already, looking for sponsorships for football, for next year. And once football season starts, we're going to be coming out to the businesses and asking for basketball. Like we want to get months in advance to give you an opportunity to sponsor the season or sponsor the games, right? But we want to be able to get sponsorship not only for football, but for basketball, for volleyball, for soccer, for softball, for baseball, for powerlifting, for wrestling, for tennis. We're going to try to do tennis, coach, next year. I don't know how that's going to work out, but we're trying to get into track this year. So a lot of new things we're trying, right? But the thing that we need is we need that sponsorship to be able to get out there and sponsor these games. The playoff game. I know you talked to me. We wanted to go out there and do that game. The UIL charges $250 for that fee. Now we're trying to waive that fee. I'm trying to work with the NFHS, hopefully, so we don't have to worry about paying that fee. And when our programs get into playoffs, you know, we'll just get in there, go out there and play. So hopefully that'll work out. Coach, I'll keep you informed for next year. I sent my email out. I'm waiting for a response back, see if we can get in a partnership with them, however that works, so that we can waive that fee out and we just be approved to do the Rockport game. So if that's football, if that's whatever sport it is, so we'll be in there because they have the rights to the game. So we want to be able to just get in there, and not having to worry about picking up a fee and getting all that stuff. So I'll let you know, Coach. I'll keep you informed on how that works. But again, early on is once the school starts, we'll be looking for sponsorship for basketball. So that'll be a couple of months in advance. So hopefully, some of you guys will want to sponsor so that we can put these games, all of the games, home and away, on the live stream on our YouTube channel. For those that can't make it, you can continue to watch every game. Hopefully, everything works out for us. But Coach, thank you for coming on the podcast when I've asked. Every time I've asked, you've never told me no, so I appreciate that. And like I said, we're going to try to next year to sponsor, get sponsors to stream as many games. I get a lot of calls from parents. Are you going to, well, messages, are you going to stream this game? And every time I can't stream it and I get that message, I feel bad because, we want to be able to do that. So we're working on ways to be able to get that done. And one way is to jump on the sponsorship early, not right when the season starts. It's just too hard to do that. Before I give Coach the final word, I do want to let everyone know that this podcast is being sponsored by the Rockport-Fulton Pirate Club. So again, we always put up some of the stuff that they have. If it's a cap, if it's a shirt, we've got a new cap. I've never seen the cap, but it'll be up on the screen here in a bit, where you can definitely see it. And if you're interested in that cap, DM, direct message somewhere. I think you can direct message the Pirate Club on their Facebook, and then they'll get back with you and let you know how you can purchase it and where you can send payment. But Coach, great season. I know that the by district did not go the way you wanted it, but nevertheless, it does not take away from the district record that we have and how well we did throughout the season. But I'll give you the final word here. Anything you want to add before I let you go?
Just want to say that we appreciate anybody that took the time out of their day to come watch us play any of the games. The parents that helped us get together the team dinners and do all that. We just want to say that we appreciate all that help and support in the community, and that it means the world to us.
Coach, I like to ask here. So, team dinner. Do y'all have team dinner once a week, or how does that work for you guys?
We usually have team dinner the day before a home game.
Just the home games.
Yes.
I like
On
to
away
get.
games, we usually get like parents to sponsor like snack bags for the bus.
And the team dinners, you guys, somebody organizes that. Oh, I'm real busy. To be honest with you, I'm real busy, but I just want to be able to whatever y'all want to eat. The Pirates Coast Sports Network would definitely like to donate and pay for wherever it is y'all gonna eat. Is that something we can work on and we can do? How do I go about doing that? I talk to you or?
My wife runs that, but I can give you I can let her know and she can pencil you in.
Yeah, let her know that we definitely want to do at least one, maybe a few more, but we definitely want to be in one. Just tell her you've got my number. Just have her sign us up next year for anyone, whatever. Just she needs to give me a price, whatever, and just mark the Pirates Coast Sports Network, and we'll definitely I can cash app you, however we can do that. But we definitely want to sponsor one of the team dinners next year, Coach. You just tell me which one, and we'll send you over the money.
Awesome. Sounds good. Thank you.
Coach, thank you very much. Appreciate your time. Have a great rest of the school year and enjoy the summer. And we'll see you next year. Are you going to be doing cross country next year? Is that the plan?
That's the plan.
Right, Coach. We'll get with you and Coach Blue for cross country, and then when basketball season comes, obviously we'll be inviting Coach Thompson back to the podcast. But again, just a reminder here: this is the last podcast of the school year for basketball. But when football season starts next year, and that's when school starts, first day of school, we will be going out to the businesses to try to get sponsorship for the basketball. There's more games there, so we'll have season packages. You can sponsor the season, or you can do your game day sponsors. But we'll definitely be going out there. Hopefully, we'll get some of that sponsorship for basketball so that we can go out and stream all the games, the home games and the away games. Coach, thank you very much. Have a great evening, and we'll talk to you soon.
Yes, sir. See you later.
Yes, sir.